Card Hobby YouTube. It is my favorite time of the year. Once the holidays are over, we're gonna get into some end of the year lists. I've got mine already. This is my top 10 favorite cards of 2020. Let's get right into it. What's going on? Bowman 1951 here. 2020 was a terrible year overall, but the ironic thing is, for those of us in the hobby, it was a great year. If you own a bunch of cards pre-pandemic, you probably cashed in nicely, or you're still sitting on a good chunk of change. And the price of wax has gone insane, the price of singles. So many people have joined the hobby, including many celebrities out there, so it was a great year, strangely enough, for our beloved hobby. So what I like to do, put together a list of my top 10 favorite cards. Now these might be only worth a few dollars, they might be worth 5 figures. The value doesn't matter. It's what I think defined the year of 2020. So I did this last year, but in fact I did it for the entire decade. So you can go back, I'll link that video down below. I'm really proud of it. A lot of those cards have still held up as we head into the 2020s and beyond. So let's get right into number 10 here. I put many weeks of work into this. I reached out to some good friends, some Twitter followers, said, hey, I need some feedback here on what cards to include. So I couldn't have done this all alone. I put a lot of time into it, and we are about to get started. Here we go with number 10. All right, the first one up here is going to be an oddball sort of set. This was not available all around the country. It was only really in retail areas on the West Coast, and that is the Seattle Children's set from Topps. Now, this had a lot of great autographs that people could chase. Apollo Ono, we've got Macklemore, and a few other celebrities. But card number 1, number 10 here on the list from that set is what we're focused on. It is the 1984 Topps design of Ken Griffey Jr.'s on-card autograph. I have been in love with this card ever since I laid my eyes on it, and I wish I could just head out to one of those drugstores out there near Seattle. I didn't want to pay flipper prices for this product, but I really like to give my money directly to the Seattle Children's Hospital. Unfortunately, I think they're all sold out at this point, but that was a wonderful card. Really defined 2020 for me. Absolutely love the 1984 design. It is the first cards I ever opened with my father way back in the day, and has a special place in my heart. So number 10, Ken Griffey Jr. on-card auto from Seattle Children's Topps issue. All right, number 9. Now, there could have been a lot of cards for this player. He's a hot NFL QB. It was tough to narrow it down. What we're going to do is kind of show off one of them that I really like to hone in here on. But I love all of his RPAs this year. It seems like it's really easy to match up some colors, and that is Justin Herbert. Rookie patch autographs. This one here is from Impeccable, and like I said, the colors are so phenomenal on this card this year. He's probably going to win Rookie of the Year. It's fairly unaffordable to most. It's a great chase where everybody's still buying all the Prism to try to chase the Herberts, and of course the 2 other quarterbacks out of there. But man, I am in love with some of these patches coming out of the likes of Impeccable, as well as all the other iterations such as Immaculate and Strata. So it was hard to narrow down, but this is the one right here, guys. Really dig the most. Coming in at number 9 on my top favorite cards of 2020. All right, switching sports altogether, we are up to number 8 here, and we're going to baseball now. And who defined the year of hype for 2020? That was 17-year-old Jason Dominguez. We've got up here the gold Bowman Chrome autograph out of 50. This is a 5-figure card, or it should be in a PSA 10. Forever pulls the trigger on that. The one sitting on eBay right now has a buy it now of $25,000. So yeah, he caused a ton of hype. That was what everybody was chasing right as the pandemic was beginning in the spring. Bowman has gone nuts ever since, and this is still the card to chase, although we'll see what Bobby Witt Jr. can do in the future, or if Jason Dominguez ends up being a complete bust. Nobody knows for sure. The gamble is on. Number 8 here, Jason Dominguez, Bowman Chrome autograph. All right, off to number 7, and the basketball this time. We have the Luka Doncic 1920 Panini Donruss Net Marvels to cherish here. This is a beautiful card. We've got Luka screaming at the top of his lungs. It looks like a comic book cover to me. I don't know if that's the look they were going for, but these are very iconic, very coveted in the basketball hobby world. And I just really dig the looks of these, especially the others out there. You got the Zion Williamson, the Ja Morant. I wanted to see the Luka here on the list because we have a little hint. We've got those other guys further on down to reveal later on here in our top 10. Very cool insert here from Donruss for the 2019-2020 year. I'm featuring the Luka Doncic at number 7, the Net Marvels. Go out and grab a copy. They're still under $1,000 in a PSA 10, or you can get a raw copy for just a few $100. Really, really dig this card. Let's move on to number 6. Okay, back over to baseball. Number 6. This card type really took the hobby by storm. Over the summer, it was something that hadn't been seen since the mid to late 90s. That is the Topps Finest flashbacks. And we've got featured here, we'll show off the Luis Robert rookie card out of that set. Everything is beautiful, and the prices absolutely exploded on these once everybody saw how nice they were. Chasing the refractor versions, chasing the color. These, I still don't really have many in my own collection, but I want to certainly add some moving forward. And Topps Finest flashbacks, I really hope they bring these back again and again. I'm sure there's other designs out there that they can remaster. Topps Finest flashbacks coming in here at number 6. Okay, heading into the second half of this video, we are down to number 5. I've got the box this one will come in, but I don't have the particular card. It is just too pricey for me. We are going with the Panini 1 Zion Williamson dunking. This photo of Zion is incredible. And this one's really tough to come by. We've got that Panini 1 box. Every box just comes with that one particular card. And I've seen a bunch of these pulled online in breaks and just oogled over this card all year long, ever since I've seen it. I love a lot of things Zion, really just deal with base cards myself. But man, if you got one of these in your collection, consider yourself lucky. And if he has a great 2021 season, watch out. This card could explode. Number 5, Zion Williamson from Panini 1. Down to number 4 now. We are off again to baseball. This time around, we are really enamored by the particular photography involved. This card is had for maybe a few dollars. If you're gonna look for some color, it's gonna cost you a little more, but the base card, almost all of us can afford. It is the Bo Bichette rookie card from Topps Stadium Club 2020 with the iconic Toronto needle there in the background. This photo just struck me the first time I saw it. I could not believe how beautiful this thing was. So if you've got one of these in your collection, consider yourself lucky. I can't take my eyes off of it. I absolutely adore this card. I still don't have one in my collection. I think I only have maybe 1 or 2 of these overall that I own. Go out and grab one if you enjoy it as much as I do. The 2020 Topps Stadium Club Bo Bichette base card rookie. Number 3, sticking with baseball again. This one took the hobby by storm, and it was just a very particular card out of 2020 Topps. It was blowing up for just a few weeks there. I think it's come down in price considerably, so it's a little bit more affordable if you want to go grab your own copy. But it is the Andrew McCutchen 2020 Topps Series 2 short print. He's got his shirt wide open. You got the throwback Phillies jersey there. Like, this photo in and of itself does not get any more Philly to me than this. Sporting the chain there, the headband. I love everything about this. It is a great card. Still one I want to add to my own collection. Go pick one up yourself. I think maybe under $25 if I'm not mistaken. Short prints, they made it on the list, and this is the most iconic from 2020, Andrew McCutchen of Topps Series 2. Okay, we are down to number 2, to the nitty gritty. So we featured Luka, we featured Zion, but we have not featured Ja yet. Now, I did not even have this on my radar as I was putting together the list. And then Watch the Breaks puts up a video just in the recent week or so of this guy dunking here. So let's go take a look at that now. This video here just sold me on the card because it's exactly where the card originates from. Let's take a look.
Dylan Osman trying to knock it away. Sexton did knock it away. And Ja going for the big-time hammer. He comes up with nothing.
What did he just try to do, partner?
That's a good question. This is Vince Carter over Frederick Weiss, almost. Oh, my
Gosh.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, just the intent. He sees him standing there. It's like, so what, you standing there? From the dotted line, look at that. Forget the end. It just starts snapping.
Poor Kevin Love. Oh, he got a bag of it right in his face. Ja Morant dunking over Kevin Love in this game, and some wonderful photographer captured this moment forever and ever. Ended up on Luminance for the year out of Chronicles for 1920, and it definitely deserves its spot here on number 2 of my list for most iconic cards of 2020. Ja Morant, card number 165. Considerably going up very quickly. I even think I own a copy of this, but it's off to PSA. So I own number 2 on this list, and I own number 1, which we're going to show off right now before we go into some honorable mentions for the year. Okay, before I reveal the number 1 card of 2020, I did want to give a shout out to everybody that helped out with this. Help me compile it. I loved doing this, and I just want to continue this from year in and year out. It's a ton of fun. Don't need to talk about your own particular collection or values. Just go out there and figure out what you like, and then you can potentially chase in the coming year. Without further ado, we have a couple honorable mentions here. We have all of the Topps Black autographs. We're just going to show off a few. These are amazing, and they didn't make the list because I couldn't really narrow it down, and I also just thought there were more iconic cards on there. But this was a wonderful set again from Topps towards the end of 2020, and I have chased some Mike Trout autos on eBay. Again, they go for way too much, more than my budget can afford. Maybe someday we'll chase one of these down. They are beautiful. Next one up, another Stadium Club. I love the photography of Stadium Club. Who wouldn't? We have the Luis Robert photo variation here. This is a short print. Not much more to say about it other than it's Luis Robert. He could be one of the players of the decade to come. So this would be a very hot rookie card to chase. And everybody loves the short prints because they certainly hold value over time. Finally, on my honorable mention list, this one was mentioned on Twitter when I reached out. Again, something I had never thought of. It's not a rookie card. It is Ramon Laureano jumping up against the wall in the Topps series this year. Check this out. How nice is this card? Just the great photography from All Sports. The Luka would probably be one of the only ones that doesn't really have, I think it's more of like a drawing involved. And the Justin Herbert obviously isn't, it's just him standing there with a football, so it's not like an action shot. But man, a lot of the cards that made the list there this year or were mentioned have the most spectacular photography. And that's really what cards boil down to me. They're moments in time. Think of Muhammad Ali standing over, God, I can't remember who it was, but it was just a very quick snap moment of time, and that moment lives forever in photography form. So the guys capturing these, they're there and everywhere. We love it. Continue doing God's work, all these photographers out there, and we'll continue to buy your product. It is now time to reveal our number 1 card of 2020. It can be had, I think, for under $2 before shipping's involved. I own 20 copies myself, stupidly. It had a very high print run in the 6 figures. Can you guess what it is? Well, let's give a little hint as well. I sandwiched number 10 and number 1 for a particular reason. We are talking about Topps 2020 and Griffey Jr., the Key Shore edition. So this was the highest print run right around Memorial Day. that took the hobby by storm. Everybody thought they'd make an easy buck off of this card, and many of us ended up with some ourselves that probably will never sell for $20 again. That's the beauty of this card, and it truly defines 2020's hobby. Exploding prices just to come down just as quickly on the back end when people realize that the card can be found fairly easily. And Topps Project 2020 in general kind of defines the year 2020 for me. Just ended this past week. It was great to see that 400 card run finally come to its conclusion. So that's it. While I didn't have any hockey cards involved, we had a lot of basketball, baseball, and a few football cards thrown in there. 2020, you were a strange year, and we're going to move on to 2021 now. Hopefully we've got just as many great hobby cards coming out, and we're always completely excited to continue collecting what we love. I hope everybody enjoyed this list. If you like what you see, please mash that like and subscribe button. Really helps out my channel and getting this out to others. So we will see you in 2021, won't we? As we continue our collecting journey and continue to buy what we love. Bowman 1951 out of 2020. See ya.